We're running three different types of schools. More as model schools so that these systems can be incorporated by everybody. We have one level of schools in rural India, in remote places where there is usually no proper education facility. These are called Isha Vidya schools. Here the focus is mainly to get them out of their economic and social conditions. They will never get out of those social conditions in which they are, unless you move them away in some way. They must have a passport to go anywhere they want, not stuck in the same place. Almost 46 to 47% of the children who are in our schools are first generation going to school. Their parents have never been to school. This education, at the age of 6, we start English language and computer usage, because these two are passports for them to step out. We have another school called Isha Home School. This is for the affluent, where it is run this way: 20 children will stay in a large household with 2 committed parents, and all education happens within the house, except for libraries, laboratories and playgrounds. Everything else is largely within the home kind of atmosphere. In a very caring, committed way, this process happens. The education is in a thematic way, in the sense, we always start the school when the monsoons are pouring, so the first, second, third standard always starts off with monsoon. We get them soaked in the rain, which parents never allow them to do. They really get through and through, soaked to the bone, and then we talk about the chemistry of monsoon, the other meteorological aspects of the monsoon, the economy of the monsoon, the psychological impact of the monsoon. Everything is from the monsoon, because you cannot ignore monsoon in southern India next to the Western Ghats. And when monsoon is happening, you're telling them E is equal to mc squared, it's not going to work. The children are interested in the rain, they think the sky is falling apart. This is the time to get them engaged in that. So this school is run in a certain way. This costs money. This kind of arrangement costs money, because for every 4.5 children, we have 1 adult taking care of them. So on an average, I'm saying, this takes a very intense approach, and our maximum limit is only 340 children. Obviously, we cannot educate the whole country like this. It's just more like a model as to how it works, and it works in a brilliant way. You must come and see the children, how they shape up in these 12 years. Actually, I made 12-year education into 13 years, because we have invested so much in art, music, theatre, sport, leadership, that when the children come to 11th standard, parents go marks mad. What about my child? Where will he go? Where will he go? So I said, 1 year extra. So people told me, Sadhguru, who will leave their children for 1 year extra? They're eager, their children go to IIT, medical college, this one, that one. I said, this is the way it is. Those who want to withdraw, their children can withdraw. This happened 3 years ago. Not a single child was withdrawn. All the parents wanted their children to go through this. Because most of these parents are thinking of sending their children to, foreign universities, outside, overseas universities and things like this. 1 more year, they settle, they have a huge exposure to leadership qualities and variety of other things. In this school, we are beginning to do this. We wanted to start separate schools for this, but because we didn't have the economic strength to do it, within the school we are doing it. We identify about 12 children, a group of 12 children, when they're in their 7th standard, and we establish a mentor. Like let's say mathematics, we have a very high-quality mathematics mentor. He takes these 12 children from the age of 10, 11 to 17. 80% of the education is only mathematics, only 20% in the other curriculum they play around a bit. But these are only focused on mathematics. If we don't do this now, that our focus is not specialized, we are only thinking of… See, there was a time in 60s and 70s, we were thinking of literacy in this country. Because when the British left, our literacy was somewhere around 7% of the population, rest were illiterate. So our whole focus was how somebody can put his name on the paper. This was our focus. So to educate millions of people to one level is different. To come out with specialized focus towards children who are capable of that is different. If we don't do that, we will not have great scientists, we will not have great mathematicians, we will not have anything significant in the country. We'll have just a mass of people with the attitude of being educated without much education in them. So, this is one dimension of education. We have another education system called Isha Samskriti, where the only 6 subjects they study are yoga, Kalari Paitu, you heard of Kalari Paitu? It's a mother of all martial arts, classical dance, classical music, Sanskrit language and English language. These are only 6 things they study, no academics. If you want to see really, truly fantastic children anywhere, you must come and see these children. Because the focus is just on growing human body and human brain to its full potential without any intention. What will you become? We never ask them. Will you become a doctor? Will you become an engineer? See, these are all social things, these are not real things. From my own experience, he was saying that my vision is because my father is an ophthalmologist. Well, he only examined the 2 eyes, he had no instruments to examine the 3rd one. So, this education is focused towards education without intent, developing human brain and body to the highest possible level without fixing what you should do. Because what should a human being do? What is most needed in the world, that's what he should do. It is not for me or you to do something fanciful that I desire. What is it that is most needed right now? That's what human intelligence should do, isn't it? If one is a fool, he will do what he does not like to do, suffer every day and go on complaining through their life and live like that. If you're intelligent, you will do what you love to do. But really, if your genius is flowered, you will do what is most needed right now, joyfully. That's what needs to happen.